Hello, welcome to everyone. So, as a part of daily Leetcode challenge, so today I will be discussing question number 283, which is more zeros. So, this is going to be a very interesting video. So, in this video, I will be covering problem statement first. After that, I will discuss some test cases to understand the question in a better way. After that, I will explain the intuition as well as a logic explanation by taking one example. Finally, I will give you the code. So without further delay, let's get start this video. Yes, let's see the problem statement. So you are given an integer array nums. So your array name is nums and move all zeros to the end of it while maintaining the relative order of non-zero elements. Okay. So here the array name is nums. So you have to move all the zeros to the end of the array by maintaining the relative order of the non-zero elements. Okay. So we will see what is the problem statement uh, by taking these two test cases. Okay. And this note is very important. Note that you must do this in place without making the copy of array. So okay, this task. What is the task here? You have to move all the zeros to end of the array. So that task you have to perform without creating another extra array. The same array only you have to modify, right? So for better understanding, let us see the test case one. So in the test case one, our array is nums. So here we have elements 4, 0, 0, 1, 3, 2, 0, right? So what is my question here? All the zeros, we should shift all this zero to the end of the array. And over the non-zero values here, 4, 1, 3, 2 all are non-zero values. So those values we have to move to the front, whereas all the zeros we have to move to last, end of the array. So after shifting all the zeros to end of the array, right? So it means that we have three zeros in the array. It means that all the three zeros will come in the last place, right? Now, what are the all the non-zeros here? 4, 1, 3, 2, right? So these four non-zero values we have to shift to front. But in the question you mentioned maintaining relative order. It means that 4 is the first element that is coming before 1, before 3, before 2, right? It means that so after shifting all the zeros to end of the array, 4 should be in the front. Which element is coming after 4? 1 is coming first. So 1 should be the next element after the 4. So like that, so like that, we have to keep all the non-zero values in the same order as that of input. But finally, all the zeros should be in the last. Okay. So this is the expected output for the test case one. But here, this is not the separate array. The same array only you have to modify. But finally, the array should be looks like all the zeros in the last place and all the non-zeros should be in the front of the array, right? So move on to second test case. Here also, output will be what? 9, 7, 3, 2, and we have three zeros. All these three zeros we have to keep in the last place. So this is the expected output for the test case 2. So this is very simple problem statement, right? So if you understood the problem statement along with test cases, try yourself first. Otherwise, let us see the logic explanation, right? In the upcoming things. Okay, right. So let's move on to the problem. Logic explanation. Yes, let's see the logic explanation. So after listening to the problem statement, what is the first thought that will come into our mind? So see. So what you will do, what you basically will think is you will take two arrays separately, right? And in the first array, you will store all the non-zero values. In the second array, you will store all the zeros. Here, what are the non-zeros from the example? 19, 12, 13, 17, 21, 15. Right? So these all are non-zero values. In all the non-zeros, I will store in the first array. That is, name the array as ARR1. In the second array, ARR2, you will store all the zeros. Here, how many zeros are there? So three zeros. You will store, sorry, four zeros. So four zeros you will store in the second array. So finally, you will merge these two arrays. So after merging array 1 and array 2, so our final answer will be 19, 12, 13, 17, 21, 15, and 0, comma 0, comma 0, comma 0. So this is our output. This is the expected output. But in the question, it mentioned that don't create a new array. It means that the same array nums only you have to modify such that finally nums should contain all the zeros in the last place and all the non-zero values in the front. So I hope you understood what I'm doing. So this is also one of the solution, but as for the question, this is not the approach.
right? So I hope you understood the drawback of this approach. Now let us see the optimized solution, that is effective solution. Okay, right. So let's see the effective solution here. Right. So very interesting this solution is. So keep watching the video till the end, then you will understand the logic. Okay, right. So here I'm taking two persons. I made two variables. So first variable denotes zero denotes number of zeros, right? Number of previous zeros. Simple. Okay. Zeros store the value of number of zeros number of previous zeros. Okay. For example, you are standing at this position. How many previous zeros are there from 13? 1. So zeros value is supposed to be 1. So what understanding what is the meaning of zeros? So zeros will store the number of previous zeros from that position. Okay. And current position indicates the our current position. Simple. It is also one more variable. Okay. Right. So first keep our current position at index value. Start our current position from index value 0 onwards. So stand at index value 0 first. So let me take CP. In short, CP means current position. So CP value start from 0. Okay. So index value is 0. Now for 19 previously previously for 19 left side, is there any previous zeros? No, right? So keep a number of previous zeros are 0 initially, right? So I hope understand the initial values of zeros and current position, right? So start current position from 0, and for first element there is no previous zeros. That's why I'm keeping zeros value is 0. Okay, right. Now now now, see, after keeping zeros value 0 and after starting current position from 0 onwards, let's see what I'm doing. Okay. So now, at the current position, what's my current position now? 19. 19, right? So what is nums of CP? Nums of CP means value is 19. Is it 0 or non-zero? It is not a 0. It's a non-zero value. Whenever our current value, our current position value is not a 0, then what we have to do is we have to shift that value to left side. See, actually, I want to tell you one thing. See, what is our target? We have to keep all the, we have to move all the zeros to right side, right? But what I will do is instead of moving all the zeros to right side, I will shift all the non-zeros to left side. As a result, all the zeros will be shifted to right side. So I hope understanding what I am telling. So my target is what? I want to shift all the non-zeros to left side. As a result, all the zeros will be shifted to right side. So this is our target. So here all the non-zeros means what? 19, 12, 13, all non-zeros. 17, 21, 15, all I want to shift to left side. As a result, zeros will be shifted to right side. Right? Okay. Now, so what is my current position? 0. So what is my value at current position? 19. Right? So current 19 is not a 0. Whenever our value is not a 0, then definitely we have to shift that non-zero value to left side. But to shift this non-zero value to the left side, how many zeros are there to the left side? No zeros. It means that we should not shift the value 19 to the left side. We have to keep the 19 there itself. So I hope what you are understanding what I'm telling, right? So 19 we should not shift to the left side because for 19 there is no previous zeros. So we have to keep the 19 there itself, right? Move on to next current position. So what is my next current position? That is index value 1. Next value 1. So what is my value at current position now? It is 0. Whenever nums of CP is 0, means our value is 0. Whenever it is 0, simply increment the zeros value, right? So it is 0. So our current value 0 means just increment the zeros value. Don't do any action here. Okay, right. Move on to next current position, that is 2. So what is my next value here? 12. Now observe carefully. Here, my current position is 12. 12 is what? It is not a 0, it is non-zero value. Whenever we are getting non-zero value, definitely we have to shift it to the left side. But before shifting this non-zero value to the left side, first you have to verify any previous zeros. To this 12, to the left side, any zeros are there? Yes, one zero is there. It means that from 12 from index value 2, this 12 we have to shift it towards the left side. But by how many positions? It is exactly equal to number of previous zeros. How many number of previous zeros are there? 1. It means that we have to shift this value 12 from index value 2 to left side by 1 position. Why it is 1 position we are shifting left side? Because we have 1 previous zero. So I hope you understanding, right? So from current position, see this line from current position CP. So our current value CP, right? That is nums of CP. Our current value is what now? 12. This we have to shift to left side. But how many positions back side? That is exactly equal to minus number of zeros, right? Okay, so observe carefully this line. Okay, here 12, right? Uh, so 12 we have to shift to index value 1, right? So after shifting 12 at index value 1, make the original 12 with 0. Okay, so you have understood, right? 12 is shifted towards the left side by one position, right? Good. So this line you will understand. So here, what is my CP now? Actually, it is 2. And what is my number of previous zeros? It is 1. So 2 minus 1, how much? 1. It means that our 12, we have to shift to index value 1. So this is the meaning of this line. Okay. So this line you have to keep in mind because we will use this line in the code. Okay. Right. So what is my next current position? It is 3, right? So what is my CP value? It is 3. Okay, right. So I will write this line in a neat way, right? So this line is nothing but nums of CP from current position backside number of zeros equal to nums of CP. Okay, right. So what's my current position of 3? So let me change this to 3. So at 3, what is the value we have? 13. 13. So 13 is 0 or non-zero? It is non-zero. Whenever our value is non-zero, then check is there any previous zeros? Any how many zeros are there for 13? Previously it is 1. It means that we have to shift this 13 left side by one position. So that is the meaning of this second line. Okay. So see, what is CP here? Current position is 3. From that, how many zeros we have? 1. So 3 minus 1, how much? 2. So it means that at index value 2, we have to place that our current value. What is my current value? 13. So that value you have to keep in the index value 2. Right? Now, after keeping the 13 at index value 2, after shifting index value 13 to index value 2, then make original 13 to 0. Right? Yes. So keep moving. So move on to next CP value. So my current position is what? 4. So my current position is what? 4. So at 4, what's the value we have? It is 0. So 0 means simply don't do any shifting operation, just increment to 0. So what is the zeros here? 2. Right. It means that up to now, up to index value 4, we have two zeros. Now move on to next CP value. So what's my next CP value? 5. At index value 5, observe carefully now. At index value 5, what's the value we have? 17. 17 is not a 0. Whenever our current value is not a 0, then verify, first check how many previous zeros are there. How many previous zeros are there for 17? Two zeros are there. It means that we have to shift this value 17 from index value 5 to index value 3. It means that by two positions you have to shift, right? So I hope understanding how this logic is working, right? Here I am not shifting zeros towards the right side. What I am shifting non-zeros to left side. As a result, zeros are coming to right side. Okay, right. So keep this 17 at index value 3. How you will get this 3 value? That is nothing but CP is what? 5 minus how many previous zeros are there? 2. So 5 minus 2 how much? 3. 3. So at index value 3, what you have to keep? Current value. So what's my nums of current value? 17. So 17 we have to keep at index value 3. Right? After keeping the 17 at index value 3, we have to make the original 17 by with 0. Right? So replace the 17 with 0. Right? Now, so keep moving. So move on to next index value CP. So what's my CP now? 6. 6. Now 6 at 6 we have what? 0. So 0, whenever we are getting 0 means simply increment the number of zeros. So increment the zeros value by 3, right? Now, so up to now, how many zeros we got? 3 previous zeros. Now move on to next CP value, that is 7. Right? At 7 also, what is the value we have? 0 only. So means increment the 0. So what's my zeros now? 4. Now move on to next CP value, that is 8. So what is my value at that 8? 21. Yes, observe carefully now. Here, current position is what now? 8. And how many previous zeros are there for 21? We have 4. So from index value 8, this 21 we have to shift to index value 4. Index value 4. Yes or no? Right? So now, how to get this index value 4? That is nothing but CP is 8 minus previous zeros are 4. 8 minus 4, how much? 4. So at 4, at index value 4, what you have to keep? You have to keep nums of current value. So what is the nums of current value? 21. So shift this 21 to 4. Right? So at index value 4, keep this value 21 and original 21 you have to replace with the 0. So now see how this 21 is shifted towards left side, right? So I hope you understood the logic, right? So do up to the last value, okay? So CP value is now it is 9, right? Now what is the nums of CP value now this time it is 15. 15 is not a zero value. Whenever we are getting non-zero value, shift this value to the left side. But before going to shift, check is there any previous zeros? Yes, we have four previous zeros. Definitely we have to shift this value 15 to the left side by four positions. So at index value 5, 15 we have to keep, and the original 15 you have to replace it with 0. Right? So we reach to end of the array. So this, right? I hope you understood this process. Simple. The points are very simple. If our value is 0 means increment the 0. If our value is not a 0, non-zero means shift that value to the left side by 0 number of positions. Right? If 0 number of previous zeros are 0 means don't shift that non-zero value to left side. So after doing this process up to the end of the array, you can see how the array is looking like. So finally all the zeros are shifted to the left right side and all the non-zero values are shifted to front side. But here if you observe carefully, I shifted non-zero values to the left side, not the zeros. But actually, but the end all the zeros will be shifted to right side. So you can try yourself in the reverse way. For example, in the question he mentioned, shift all the zeros to front, all the zeros to front. In that case, you have to shift all the non-zeros to right side. So that's how that you can do yourself. Okay. So let us move on to the code part. Yes, let's see the code part. So after listening to the logic explanation, right? So let's see the dry run of the code. So initially, how many previous zeros are there for first element of the array? Zero, right? So keep the number of zeros with zero initially. And here I means CP. Don't confuse here. I means CP here. Okay, right. And here I explained, right? So CP should start from zero and up to 9. Here total number of elements are what? 10. So it means range is from 0 to 10. See, range I'm telling from 0 to 10 means don't say up to 10. It will be only 9. Okay. So in the range I'm writing length of nums. Length of nums is actually 10. 10 means what? 0 comma 10. So 0 comma 10 means up to 0 to 9 it will come. Okay. Right. Nums of I. Wherever I is there, you can assume like CP. Okay. So nums of CP means our current value. If our current value is 0 means what? We simply did the incrementation of zeros. Right. So if current value is 0 means just increment the 0 by 1. If our current value is not a 0, let us take 15. For example, we have 0, 0 elements like this. Okay. Right. 15 we got. So 15 is not a 0. So if condition false, we'll come to else block. And here, how many previous zeros are there for 15? Two previous zeros are there. See, to shift the 15 to the left side, first we have to verify what the number of previous should be at least 1. We have two. So definitely we have to shift this value by two positions. So that is for that reason I'm writing if condition. See, don't directly shift all the non-zero values to left side. Before that, check previous zeros at least one or not. That is what I'm writing if condition. Okay. If condition true means definitely that non-zero value we have to shift to left side. Okay. Let's see how to shift this. Nums of I means current value. So who's the current value here? 50. That value we have to shift to left side. How many positions? It is nothing but from current position to backside. Backside means backside. How many zeros are there? That many backside positions you have to do. That is what I am writing minus here. So this line I already explained while I am explaining the optimization solution. Right? So 15 we have to shift it to the left side by two positions. Right? From current position. Now finally our current value means 15. After shifting the 15 here, make the 15 to 0, right? So our finally our current value make it to 0. Right? So this is the dry run of the code. Finally, I'm not writing any return statement here because here I'm modifying the original array only. I'm not creating any extra array. Because in the question he mentioned that we should not create an extra array. We have to create we have to modify the same array. But finally, our array should contain all the zeros in the end and all the non-zeros in the front. So I hope you understood this code also. So keep watching my videos. So I will come up with the next video in the next day. So thank you so much for watching.